red because Boley is fucking retarded. I have no weight in my steering wheel. Fuck. This is so bad. Honestly, I can't turn properly. Also can't brake properly apparently, but that's not a wheel issue, that's a me issue. Solid last place. There's 40 teams now in the MLS. Social media isn't real. Okay, but the fact that it's... Social media aside, like, okay, let's get rid of that because 90% of those viewerships are just for Messi going to Inter Miami now. The fact that it now costs $1.5 billion to have a new franchise, and the fact that they're at 40 teams now, and teams are still, or there's owners that are paying that money to enter a new team, is outrageous. Really and truly, the MLS could have relegation and promotion soon. I'm surprised they're not moving that way already. They're trying to grow the sport. I know they're trying to grow the sport. It's unfortunately for them, they're going to lose out on the ability to be the retirement league. Starting from last, in Australia, I actually have wheel weight now, which is good. Hawks had a shit. No, I don't have wheel weight. Never mind. I lied. I don't have wheel weight. Who did I illegally overtake? Fucking shit. I like how I illegally overtook 19th and 20th, but I didn't illegally overtake 16th and 17th. I can't feel my steering wheel and it's scary. I fucking hate it. I fucking hate it. Yeah, it's a long ass message. You're gonna have to give me a few minutes to read that. I think not being successful is also why the cost to enter a new franchise is so grossly overpriced. Because that way, if the club does fail, the MLS has that money as a bailout option. And it'd also make new owners also consider actually, like, properly thinking about investing. Because it's like, okay, well, if I'm going to spend $1.5 billion to enter a new franchise, it better not fail. Oh, the U.S. sports is there's no corners. Hold on. No one's interested in promotion and relegation. Yeah. I mean, it's hard to say though, because it's. I am going to bring up the Ted Lasso thing. I have been watching it recently, and they do mention it in late season 2, early season 3 about the promotion and relegation stuff. The one advantage of it is the games at the end of the season for the teams at the bottom of the league are still meaningful. Unless you're Southampton this year and every game was meaningless because they were so far fucking last it didn't matter regardless of what happened. But for like Everton, Leicester, Leeds, those teams that were right at the bottom, like those games, like in that last week, yes, they're 17th, 18th, 19th, but they still mattered. Like, you still had to go out there and actually perform, whereas the issue in North America is it's like, okay, look at the Chicago Blackhawks this year. You know, they knew they weren't going to make the playoffs in fucking January, so they basically just tanked for Bedard. The NBA is also really bad for it. There's teams that tank pretty hard as well. It's like, okay, well, we're not making the playoffs. Let's just fucking drop all of our games. I think that's the biggest issue that North American sports have. Is you get into that rut of it's like, okay, well, this game doesn't matter. Let's just drop all of our games and then get the number 1 draft pick, so we actually have like a decent player next year, which will bring in more revenue. But so many games don't matter at the end of the season if you're not fighting for a playoff spot. So that's the one advantage of the promotion and relegation within leagues, is games that go from no longer being pointless actually have meaning. The other issue that North American sports have is, I noticed it in hockey. I don't know what it's like in other sports because I don't watch basketball or anything, but hockey's really bad in some areas where, because a team's not doing well, it's empty. Like, the stadium's empty. Look at Arizona and how many issues they've had. Look at the Panthers, how many issues they've had with filling up their seats. Carolina, really and truly, a couple years ago, they were empty. Tampa Bay, until they were doing well, was empty. Jersey's been empty when they were shitting the bed. Like, Jersey is a 2-3 time Stanley Cup winning team with Martin Brodeur and everything, and, you know, the last couple of years, because they've been shit, well, with the exception of this year, their stadium's been almost empty. You don't get that in promotion and relegation leagues overseas, because those games still mean something. But it also is a lot harder to do promotion and relegation when you have draft lottery. Because how do you do it? Do you have the team that's getting relegated get number 1 draft pick? Is it the team coming up gets number 1 draft pick? Does the lower league also participate in the draft? Or do they draft afterwards? As a corner cut. Do they draft the remaining players and then it's harder for them to be able to come up type thing? Ooh, I spun. Ryan Robb did it the right way. They totally, yeah. Buy a team. Yeah, buy a low-level team that's struggling. Okay, my teammate decided to turn in. For nothing, yeah. Made a story about, yeah. Well, it wasn't a team with no name. Wrexham was a name. It did have a name.
How to be a Canadian. Follow these steps and you too can be like us, eh? Learn Canadian jargon. Looney, Toonie, 2426, the States, Giver, Keener, Hoser, Butte, Took, Yukon, Mickey, Pop, Toboggan, Stag, Hydro, Homo, Milk, Double, Double, Carburetor.
Hi,
Hey.
Super. Thank you for the resub. Also, didn't you do that like two... Oh, no, that's Carl. Hi, Carl. Thank you for the resub. You and Super have the same fucking color. I liked it quickly. But you know, Tyler, like, yeah, Wrexham has history. Not North America, but they have history. It's not good history. Well, yeah, they're a low-level club in Europe. They have very bad history. Obviously, no one's going to hear about them over here. But yes, they did it the right way. They bought a team that was struggling, and they're helping it out. Carl, I don't have a wheel anymore, like wheel weight anymore. Hope you two viewers enjoy Subnotification. Yeah, honestly. They're Welsh tin pot anyway. I had wheel weight until the last lap of Jeddah. And now I don't have it anymore. I'm struggling. The car's so much different to drive when you don't have knowledge of how you're fucking taking corners properly. Let's be honest, just basically the same thing as England. No. That's gravel. Yes, Wales is full of sheep. There's more sheep than there is people in Wales. Trying to fight against two Brits. Oh boy. This race has gone to absolute shit. I don't even know what's happening. I didn't realize I was on lap 8. I've literally just been driving. Speaking of sheep, you're gonna start watching Clarkson. You can start watching Clarkson's Fire. It's actually a good show. The corner before the hairpin at the end, you should be 5th gear. Alright. Carl, I can't fucking tell. I'm dropping lower in corners than I should be because I have no fucking wheel weight. I can't tell how I'm taking corners. Like, I don't normally drop to 1st gear there. Honestly, Clarkson's Farm is such a good show.
Battery charge is high. Let's use that overtake button a bit more.
When's the next Grand Tour episode coming out?
No time concerns at the moment, just focus on the driving.
Bosheng was the only affordable teammate available, Carl. That's the issue that I've had. Or Bosheng, however the fuck you say his name. Bosheng was the only one under that wasn't 750k. The Toast of London, quite possibly your favorite show. July 16th, I wasn't paying attention. America Engine is big out. Is not though.
Okay, go, go, go. That stop wasn't great.
I went for durability.
Hit strategy.
It had the best durability, and it had the second best power. It was actually significantly better than both Red Bull and Ferrari. Renault was just absolute mudded. Red Bull / Honda is easily the right way to go. It says the one who took the fucking Renault engine. You want Renault to make it harder. Wait, Max is out of the session. The fuck? I mean, the guy that's won the first 2 races and will win the other 20 races is not in the race anymore?
Safety car, virtual safety car. Reduce speed immediately and keep a positive delta.
I've been mudded by this VSC.
Okay, Ralph is in the pits. Ralph is in the pits now. Okay, slow down, slow down. Your delta's negative.
Off Delta Pace.
Pace. You need to give that place back, I'm afraid. That was an illegal.
I lost a fucking spot to my teammate. Because of the fucking Delta. Hi Skella, how you doing? Man, I'm plus 2.5 on my fucking Delta and I can't pass my fucking teammate. Fuck.
Virtual safety car is ending. Maintain your
Well, I was doing alright until this race.
VSC ending. Leave the greens. Okay, clear.
I just want to feel my fucking steering wheel. I have gotten way better. Hey, I got points in this season already. I wasn't expecting to get points in this season. So shut the fuck up. And actually, I'm back with my teammates. This is realistically where I should be in the race anyway.
Okay, gap ahead is 7.8 seconds.
Easiest lobbies on COD if you play with me. Shut up. It's only because I'm new, and I also don't play the game like ever. Tyler has 2 people you can have easy lobbies with, though.
Car ahead now running medium tyres.
Well, one he doesn't have for another like 3 months, but you want to play proper 6v6 online multiplayer with me? Oh boy. After playing a lot of F1, maybe. Gonna grind out F1 for a bit first. I need to also finish Hogwarts Legacy on stream at some fucking point in time. But F1 is definitely the priority again. Also, Carl, I edited the Bahrain GP last night in like 5 hours. Did I request work off to play F1? No, I start work at 2. To be fair, there also was some issues. It took longer than it should have because there was some issues with the VOD on my end. Some things became unsynced. Ah, fuck. Shit. I'm struggling. I'm gonna give it 8 hours in this game already. I want to release yesterday. Yeah, I would have more if I didn't spend 5 hours editing yesterday. That's the only reason why I'm not gonna have more than what I should, is because I'm spending time actually editing videos. How long was Breaking Point? Six hours or so? Okay. Last time I had Verstappen, yeah, honestly though, right? Max has been terrible in your state. Max has won both races so far. In mine. I'm also 7th in mine. 7th or 8th. I honestly got so fucking lucky on the Bahrain start. I should not have gotten points on Bahrain, but I got so fucking lucky on it. Ah, you fuck. Don't turn in on me. Of course I end up in the fucking gravel. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see Max and Williams. Oh, Max should be Max no matter what car you put him in, yes. But yes, he'd still be the fucking angriest fucking Dutchman alive with the hissy fits of a fucking 2-year-old throughout every fucking race. And not to mention he'd probably murder like 20 fucking people every race. But my question is more of where would he actually be on the standings and stuff if he was driving in a car like a Williams spec car. Yeah, he's still a whiny bitch, Carl. You can't say he's not. The only reason he doesn't seem as bad as one now is because they don't play his fucking radio over the fucking broadcast because he's fucking 8 miles ahead. It doesn't fucking matter. Enjoy the rest of your day, Tyler. Thanks for popping in. They've gotten a little bit of weight back in the wheel, but still like it was earlier. Better than what it was at the start of the race and in qualifying.
5 laps of fuel remaining.
Reminds you of Schumacher. Yeah, Schumacher. Yeah. He does have very similar vibes to Schumi, yeah. His talent may be unreal, but he is a fucking cunt, and that's what I don't like about him. So I don't give a shit how good his talent is. Well, that's because Max isn't fucking walking across the fucking pit lane throwing hands at people. It's also because Lewis is smart enough to know to get out of the fucking way, or otherwise he would be DNF'd. I think that's the one thing is people give Max space. Like if you compare comparing Max to Schumacher, like Schumi would deliberately take people out. Max has done similar style of moves, Sao Paulo, for example. But other drivers bail out. So just somehow did not make that fucking corner at all. Where's my teammate gone? And yeah, it is also the FIA's fault. Yeah, they've allowed rules, yeah. Yeah, the FIA has gotten really lenient on some shit with certain drivers as well.
Okay, gap to the car ahead is 5.2 seconds.
Did anyone watch the Stanley Cup final last night? Or for those watching on YouTube, like the other night? Vegas beating Florida 9-3 to win the Stanley Cup. You like Senna, but you think Prost was better? Prost was 4-time world champion with Senna and Mansell Lauda as his teammates. It's just hard to see. It's hard to say Senna's not one of the greats because we don't know how many world titles he would have won. I'm not saying that you're not saying he's one of the great or not one of the greats, but yeah, it's hard to say how many titles he would have won after he passed. Probably the hardest teammates in F1 history. Carlos Sainz, winner of the Australian Grand Prix. Oh, hello, spin. We finished the race, and I have no idea what the fuck happened for the last half an hour.
Alright, race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
He would have won the last season that he was alive for. Or that he did part of. So at least one.
Natalie, fill us in. What was it that helped the team achieve their success today?
Well, they are very much at one with
No, he wouldn't. Oh, I thought he was up.
not an easy process, and that work is very much paying off.
And here we are, a team that is no stranger to the podium, taking their place on top once again. A sublime race today, and a stunning win for Ferrari.
Also, Carl, they did the same thing in fucking career modes as they did last year, which we wanted them to get rid of. Where you're still only allowed to select friggin' 23, 16, or 10 races.